Welcome back to Kpop.com.
I'm Millie.
And I'm Tay.
So, this is one half of our October comebacks review. Yes. We are halfway through the month. Mm-hmm. We stopped on the 16th. Yes. That is our cutoff time. So yeah, everything from October 1st to October 16th is what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, if we missed someone, that is not our fault. Blame kpopprofiles.com because that is where we got the list for the comebacks that were happening. Let's get into it. Let's start with Blackpink Lovesick Girls.
It's been on TikTok quite a bit right now.
I can imagine. I did a full review on Blackpink's The Album, and that includes this song, so I won't go into too much detail here. Just know it's like maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10 for me. It's after further listening to it, I've come to the conclusion that I think it's too young of a sound for them. But it's still good. It's still fun. I love that Jennie and Jisoo had writing credits on it, so yeah. Yeah, I agree. I do think it sounds a little too young for what they should be doing by now. Mm-hmm. When I first listened to it, I told Tay, I think this song should have come after Do 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 Do. And then Kill This Love shouldn't exist. It's the same thing as Do 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 Do. No different. It's your last and Boombayah.
It didn't need to exist. Like, if they had put it then, and then they did Ice Cream, the timeline would have made sense. Yeah. And that's putting it back a few years. So that the young thing still counts here.
Yeah.
So there's that. And the dance. The dance is terrible. These are.
You have whole ass women who they can in fact dance. Mm-hmm. They can in fact dance.
And that's what frustrates me. This is way too easy. Yeah. This is a rookie group in Gen 2. Like, this is not. No, I think that it's Gen 2 material. I don't think it's Gen 3.
Oh, I thought you were saying that they are Gen 2.
No.
Gen 3.
No. Because this is the dance ability of this song is like the ease of Gen 2. Like when dance was just starting to get really integrated into K-pop. Like, this is not... it definitely wouldn't pass for 4th gen material. And to me, it does not pass as 3rd gen either. Yeah.
Also, can we talk about how awful it is that YG called the album The Album? I literally hate that so much.
Don't even get me started.
Oh, rough. And also, I didn't talk about this in the album review because they hadn't performed it yet, but I'm so disappointed that they are performing, or that they're promoting Pretty Savage along with Lovesick Girls, because that is literally the worst song off of the album. The lyrics are awful, and the dance is the worst I've ever seen from them.
The head.
I hate it for them so much. Anyway.
And these are all failings on their team.
Yeah. We hate YG Entertainment.
Yep.
That's all.
Blackpink, leave YG. Yeah. Anyway.
Moving on.
So it's a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. Next we have a debut, Wei, I think that's how you pronounce it, with Twilight. So, for me, I gave, these are my notes. I wrote, solid opening. I love the hoo-hoo-hoo in it. Really nice. Very summery for October. I love the pacing of the song, and I like the incorporation of the whistle tones and stuff, but it wasn't, the sole focus of the song, and I really like the dance. Oh, okay. So, when I watched the performance, I watched, the first, the debut stage, whatever. This is what I wrote. I really like this dance, but there is one guy that's going super hard, and it's bro, I love the energy, but since he's the only one, he really stands out. I think his name is Donghan. I'm not sure, but I just thought that was funny. I gave this an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I vibed less with this song. To me, it felt very basic K-pop, not up to par with 4th gen debuts that I view as Monster Rookie, and just not what I pictured. This is something unrelated to this group in particular. This was just something I noticed while watching their music video. It seems to me the more debuts that we watch, boy groups get more money than girl groups to debut with, generally.
K-pop, what's up with that?
What's up with that, K-pop? Like, this wasn't about them at all. This was just something I noticed because we've seen a lot of girl group debuts and a lot of boy group debuts, and it just seems to be that way. It's not, obviously, not every single girl group one looks like it has less money put towards it. There are a few that I can think of that I'm like, okay, that's the exact amount of money that they should be getting for a debut. But it feels like boys get more. So, anyway, I did very much like the dance of this song. Probably, the dance pretty much saved it for me. But we just didn't vibe. So I gave it a 5 out of 10. I think that this is a group to look forward to, though, because I love their name.
Next, SF9 Shine Together. Now, this isn't a full-scale comeback. This is kind of like a special release comeback for, I believe, their 4-year anniversary, but I really wanted to talk about it because of how much it impacted me.
Yes, and I won't be talking about it.
Yeah, so I'm not a fantasy. I do really like SF9, but not to the degree that I want to quite yet. And I really liked their last comeback, so I was so excited to see that this was like a special thing or whatever. So this is what I wrote. I'm not even a fantasy, but this song made me sob. I think it is so beautiful. They made such a special song for their fans on their 4-year anniversary, and given the state of the world, I can't imagine how much comfort it must have brought them. I was tearing up throughout the music video, but lost it at the concert memories, because I think as fans, that's like kind of the one thing we can all relate on about, like, you know,
the pandemic.
Yeah.
Taking away all our concerts.
Yeah. So this song showcased their vocals and abilities so beautifully. I just loved, and I respect this so much. And then at the end, were those fan names at the end? Because they had like credits at the end rolling, and it was just a bunch of names. Literally, y'all, I can't even tell you how much I was crying during this, because I'm just like, I have no emotional connection to these members at all, but I just feel it, and I just felt the angle that they were going for. And another thing that I really liked about this song is how, like, it really highlighted the vocal abilities of this group, but when the rappers, like, you know, did their thing, it didn't take away from, like, the song. The rap really fit in with the mood of the song, so I liked that. So this was a 10 out of 10 for me. But moving on. Golden Child, Pump It Up.
See, okay, so for this one, when I heard the name, I expected something completely different than the concept gave, which is not a bad thing. I just, you know, wanted to comment on it. I thought that the song could be shorter, like a whole minute shorter, which is not good for a song. It just got boring, and maybe we're still undecided on the fact of, like, that concept in general, how hard it is to break through us with it. There are very few. The only one that I can think of, like, very recently that happened to was Count 1, 2 by 2. That one was great. I gave it a 6 out of 10 just for general efforts, I guess. Efforts given by the group themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. It's fun, it's fresh, it's bright, it's everything you wouldn't expect from an October comeback, but it's pretty standard, so I didn't save it. It's like an easy listen at first, but like Millie said, it gets boring. I was very bored towards the end. And it's a good dance, but it just really isn't my jam. And it's frustrating because I do like it when boy groups do bright, cheery concepts like this. But I feel like it just really is it depends.
It really depends.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that I don't like those concepts because I know that there are people who have done it.
Yeah.
There are songs that I really like that have a very cute concept from guys. So yeah, I don't want to discourage boy groups from doing those kinds of concepts because hopefully they move forward towards breaking their internalized misogyny and internalized masculine, fear, or fear of femininity. But maybe it's that. Maybe it's if it doesn't work towards it, if you can't see it and feel it, then it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
It just sounded like a 2020 Korean version of Natalie Cole's This Will Be.
So I gave it a 6 out of 10 for purely the idols came back, they made their efforts.
Yeah, they did what they had to do.
They did what they had to do.
Moving on, Weeekly, Zigzag.
Weeekly.
Oh, yes.
The currently only monster rookies of 2020. Period.
I would have to agree. Yeah, no, this song is a 10 out of 10. You know, I saw Stan Twitter calling this song a flop.
What?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know.
For shorts, the appropriate length?
Literally. Okay. So here's what I have to say. My first bullet point is, how are they making mid-length khaki shorts look good? But no, yeah.
They're young. They should be wearing that.
Yeah. It totally suits the vibe. And it sounded like old Twice. Like Twice's B-sides from like years ago and stuff, but in 2020. So it didn't sound like it's something I've heard before. It just has that vibe, and I really gelled with that. And I love how it's not a carbon copy of Tag Me, because I feel like what a lot of people that just debuted or had a comeback with a really successful song, they'll just try to revamp it for the next comeback and recreate that hype. And Tag Me was such a strong song, such a strong debut.
Very hard to follow.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad that they followed it up with something that still has that like Weeekly touch to it. And they're new, so it's like, you know, they're still trying to figure out like who Weeekly is and stuff. But it really fits with the concept that they're displaying, and I loved it. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah,
this is also a 10 out of 10 for me. Obviously, I really like Weeekly. They are in my groups that I stan. My bias is Jihan. But the things that really stood out about this one to me were the fact that the outfits made sense for their age. I feel like more and more younger and younger idols are given inappropriate outfits, and it's really dangerous. So the fact that Weeekly is doing this and making it look good is phenomenal. I really like that Weeekly is sticking with this whole using props in our choreography.
Yeah.
We don't really see it very often, and if we do see it, it's usually just to like climb up and down, like not that, you know, like stairs or chairs or like they used desks in Tag Me, and now they're using these cube things, and they spun them.
Crazy.
Like it's so simple, but no one does it.
Yeah, I think the last time I was this impressed with like prop usage was NCT Dream's chewing gum when they were on the hoverboard things.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But you see, like that, and that was a while ago. And so like, it just doesn't happen. And the fact that they're continuing it and that's something that they're sticking to, I think is really smart. And yeah, Tag Me was very hard to follow, but I think Zigzag was perfect. It wasn't so far off from their original concept that we felt completely cheated, like Gravity. And it wasn't a carbon copy like Momoland. This is just great. And I'm not trying to drag those groups. I just wanted to use examples.
When you mentioned Gravity, can we talk about how Gravity debuted this year and they already have a light stick? Anyway.
Do they really?
They do.
What does it look like?
I can't remember, but I saw it at the K-pop store we went to the other day. And I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway. Moving on. WekiMeki, Cool. So I really like WekiMeki. I have yet to establish a bias in there because I'm still in the process of learning their names, but I do really like them. I was very disappointed with this comeback. I feel like they tried too hard to not go all in with a quote-unquote darker concept. It just sucks because I love them so much, but this just wasn't it for me. The chorus was the worst part. I hate the whole, like, all of them speaking at once, and it was like speaking. It just felt like so much speaking in this song, and not really singing or rapping. So I'm not much of a fan of the runway beat in general, and that was really heavy in this song, so that also dragged it down for me. I would have loved it so much more if there was voguing in the dance. Like, the runway beat would have been better if there was voguing, but the dance was just kind of like, whatever. Yeah, so it's a 4 out of 10 for me.
I was a bit nicer, but also I have yet to be actually taken by WekiMeki. I really wanted to like this comeback. As soon as I saw like the first few shots and the name of the song, I was like, ooh, maybe this will finally do it. And it did not. It did not do it. This like dark carnival feel, I felt like they should have dove into that deeper than the runway. Like make it more, because like carnival-esque stuff, since they repeat all the time, would fit WekiMeki. So if they did dark carnival, it would have been perfect. The execution was very loose of this concept. It like Tay said, they were trying it, but they didn't go full out, and they definitely should have. I thought it was weird that they kept switching with the runway beat and then the other beat, and it felt jumbled. I also wrote here that the oohs were my least favorite part. I don't remember how that melody of it went, but
yeah, the only part of the song that I liked was when they went ay. That's it.
Yeah, but I did give them a 6 out of 10 just because it was closer to something that I might have liked. It just missed the mark.
Yeah, they have Picky is still top tier on my list as far as WekiMeki songs go. But anyway, moving on. Next is the subunit debut of WJSN Chocome. So I love that it's not a WJSN sounding song at all. And I think that's what subunit should be. Like, if you're gonna do a subunit, don't just do something that could have been a group song. It definitely fills the quote-unquote lack of Momoland void. Not a big fan of the weird randomness, old-timey, this is what everyone thinks K-pop is style, but it really made me smile. It's not something that I will ever listen to. Like, I won't go out and seek it out on my own. I won't add it to any of my playlists because, like, that just type of song and concept really isn't my vibe, but it does make me smile, and the chorus does get stuck in my head. So given the fact that it made me smile a lot and laugh, that's why it has such a high score. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I will say, though, the bridge does not go with the rest of the song. I don't know what that moment was.
So for me, I do not like this concept at all. It makes my skin crawl. It gives me I know this is not what the Uncanny Valley effect is, but that's what the feelings it gives me. And I said that I might like it more if the outfits didn't feel so old-timey and doll-like. I'm not really a big fan of that on idols. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. And it just every bit of it, I could not vibe. I didn't even want to watch most of it. It didn't feel good at all. Like, that's how much it just, repulsed me, which was not their fault. It's just that concept and song was not for me. So it's a 2 out of 10 for me. Yeah, no, that is literally how I never want to hear that song again. Oh my gosh. I do not it set off all the alarms in my body.
She said fight or flight, yo.
And that's not on that subunit. Like, that just happens to be the concept for this song. I will give them that this was a smart choice of members for a subunit because sounded great.
They all killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have that reaction to this. I would prefer it if idols just, like, kind of left this in the past.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny.
Next is Pentagon's Daisy. All right, so here's the thing. I have not listened to Pentagon since Shine for a very obvious reason. When the whole ordeal happened, I did not want to support Cube in that way. I didn't want them to think that what they did was forgivable, so I just stopped altogether. I do, of course, really like Pentagon as a group. All the other members, they're fantastic. And since we were, since we're reviewing, we had to watch this one. So I would like to say that this song is amazing. Like, felt it in my bones, and it felt like it felt right. It finally felt right again. It was sad to see, less members than is truly the group in total, but I thought that this song was beautiful, the dance was beautiful, the emotions they portrayed for the whole music video was just ethereal. It was great. This is a 10 out of 10 for me, and I also felt one of the things that was just like, even though I hadn't read the lyrics, and I did eventually, but before I had read the lyrics, I said I got really nervous because this song feels like a goodbye. And I was like, oh my God, is Pentagon disbanding? Like, is that what this is? And it's not that. Although the song itself, lyrically, it is sort of like a loss feeling. So I get where I got that. But it did make me very nervous because it sounded like a goodbye song. But 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I also gave this a 10 out of 10. It was really emotional for me because, I really, really liked Pentagon. So it was kind of sad to not, support them. I mean, I still listened to them. I listened to everything up until Hyojong left, so, or was kicked out, so that was that. Plus, I mean, I wasn't really vibing that much anyway. Naughty Boy was alright, but, Dr. Bebe, whatever, I wasn't really, a big fan of them. So when I saw this, it just, I wanted to cry. It just felt so good. This song is literally amazing. Every aspect about this song is correct. Literally, I can't even express how beautiful it is and how much it hurts. I'm so obsessed with that, desperate sound in the song. They pulled it off in a way where it doesn't sound cringy or whiny.
Exactly.
It's the right emotion that you're supposed to feel when you listen to it, and the dance is beautiful. I love seeing Yanan back. I don't know when he came back, but the last time I was paying attention to Pentagon, he still was not back, so I like to see him there. I will say I do miss Jino's vocals in this song. I hope he's doing well in the military. I miss him, but yeah, it's just so beautiful. I loved it so much.
It feels like they're finally starting to find their footing.
Yeah, and I just hope that it does nothing but I just hope it does nothing but good for them.
Mm-hmm. Next, Verivery GBTB. So I will say, almost the entirety of the song when we were watching the music video, I was like, so wait, what does GBTB stand for? Because it wasn't very clear until we watched the stage and I could see the lyrics and I was like, oh, okay. So for this song, I have mixed emotions because Thunder was so good.
Yeah,
when we had the Thunder comeback, that was one of the only comebacks that month that really stuck out. So I was anticipating this one a lot. I feel like it kind of fell short of my expectations. In terms of lyrics, the dance, sure, the video concept, sure, they could get away with that, but the lyrically, I was confused. I did like the going beyond the barrier bit. I just didn't like the pull the trigger, which I know that you also agreed on.
Yeah.
So this is a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. At the beginning, I heard that mattress sound effect. I heard that squeaky mattress sound effect. Very, very, can't get past me. I didn't really like the build up and then pull back and then that underwater sound effect and then the drop in the first chorus. That just I don't even know. This song in general pulled back way too much. It was giving me whiplash. The dance break, at first I did not like it, but then when I really thought about it, out of all the dance breaks that have been happening and that have been trying to do this EDM dubstep feel to it, this one definitely sounded the best. Mm-hmm. I still don't think it fits with the song, but it still sounded all right. The who's gonna pull the trigger, I hated that. Every time they said it, it set my teeth on edge. I could not. So yeah, it quite disappointing because Thunder, like Millie said, was really, really good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but
I like the going beyond the barrier. Something like that. There was that, and then I didn't like how different the song was from music video to stage. Next is
NCT U Make a Wish.
Make a Wish.
All right, so at first I was like, oh my gosh, NCT U, wow, like they haven't like done anything in a very, very long time. So cool.
Nice.
Fun. Lucas, baby, what was that hair? Bruh, I'm so tired. Like, I'm sorry. Okay, I literally don't care about if Lucas, like, smokes cigarettes or not, but given that was a scandal, the fact that now he had that hair in that music video, I was like, baby, this is just not a good look for you. I hate this for you. Throughout the song, I was like, literally, they're just trying to be really sexy, and it's just not doing anything for me.
Nope.
It was just overly het. And then... and then we looked more into the song and the music video and everything, and it is just the motherlode of cultural appropriation.
Yeah. So we're not any of the cultures that they were appropriating in this music video, but the music video literally felt uncomfortable while I was watching it. So I was like, this must be bad. And when I looked it up on Twitter, there was a lot of people, like, arguing about it, which I think is dumb. I think if there is a person from that culture who says this is appropriation, then that's it. That's the end of the story. Even if there is another person from that culture who says this is not, that doesn't negate the first person. Like, it totally... I will always go with the person who says that it's appropriation, because it's better to be safe than sorry in this situation. And there were so many other ways they could have done this music video. Exactly. They did not need to make it about those cultures. They literally did not.
Yeah, no. And it's called Make-A-Wish and then in parentheses birthday song, so why not go with a birthday theme?
Yeah.
Something you cannot appropriate.
And if you wanted it to be sexy, why couldn't you do, like, a bachelorette party theme?
Oh, there you go. Gosh, yeah, no. It just... cultural appropriation aside, even, like, just that made me uncomfortable. Like,
right.
How much they were just trying to make me feel something, and I was like, I don't feel
that about you guys.
Yeah, like, I think Lucas is handsome, but, like, no, that was just not it. And get that hair off of me. I'm just so tired of idols with the braids. Anyway.
It's 2020.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, obviously 0, no rating.
Yeah, no rating.
Just get rid of it.
It be what it be.
All right, and finally, the long-awaited debut of the girl group Black Swan with their song Tonight.
Ah, yes. So Black Swan, I didn't really know how to feel the entire video. I was like, okay, so I do like the concept of having people who aren't Korean do K-pop, but they do in fact speak Korean. Like, that whole thing, that doesn't bug me at all. No. But it felt like they were trying to empower me, and it wasn't working. Like, there was just something off. I'm like, do you want me to feel like, yeah, woman power, or do you want me to feel like I'm the baddest bitch in the room and I should be seducing everyone? I can't tell with the message you're giving me. So it wasn't vibing with me. And I hope that they have a better comeback soon, because I do want to see them succeed and make waves. But I just didn't feel it this time. So I'm going to say 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 10. The whole song felt like a build-up to a drop that never happened. They said boy way too much.
Right.
The whole look and feel of it felt very late 2nd gen, early 3rd gen. And I was just like, kind of whatever about it. I'm interested to see where they go, because obviously there are 2 non-Korean members in it, so that's really interesting. And they did speak Korean in the song, so I was like, wow, that's awesome. So I hope that they get the resources necessary to make better waves in the future. So we will be looking out for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that on that.
But yes, also make all songs gender neutral.
Yeah,
it's 2021.
Not that hard. Literally, just do it. There's no reason.
More people will cover your song that way.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the comebacks that we reviewed for the first half of October.
You know, hopefully it starts to look up for the rest of the month, because we did not have very many strong contenders in the first part of the month.
I had, 3 10 out of 10s. I mean, the day that we are recording this, Luna came back. So I haven't watched it yet, so I'm really excited. I have high hopes. Stoked.
Thanks for watching another episode of kpop.com.
Follow us on our social medias, Instagram and Twitter. That is at KPOP Pillow Talk, all lowercase, all one word.
And if you like K-pop fanfiction, listen to our podcast, which is K-pop Pillow Talk. Right now, we're going through a G-Idol fanfiction called Oh My God, and it has been fantastic. Yes, super, super awesome. And we're excited to continue reading.
Yeah, so with that, thanks for watching another episode of kpop.com.
I'm Millie.
I'm Tay.
Bora hey.